All right, everyone. Welcome to the Surgical Bay. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or Go Home, joined as always by Chris York, York on Magic. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm ready to do some surgical cuts. I'm ready to do some nips and tucks, make Ryan D's deck look like $1 million, and maybe even play like $1 million.
Yeah, and
Play like it could win $1 million.
he needs the help, right? Because we had a couple submissions this week, and our tiebreaker was worst record. And Ryan, I'm sorry to announce it, but you already know. You already know you got the worst record out of everyone who submitted. So we are taking a look at your deck to hopefully raise that record you've got.
There's a principle, right? Since we're sort of a medical themed show, there's a principle called triage, which most people are familiar with. It means that the patients with the most pressing conditions, they get to jump the queue. They get to go right to the front of the line of the hospital and get seen first. Because if they don't get seen, something bad's going to happen. And we feared that if we didn't give Ryan urgent treatment, he might just get eliminated this week, or the coming week.
And Ryan was nice enough to actually send a message in with his deck, and I think it's important to read because it kind of gives us an idea of what he's been playing and where he's coming from. So Ryan says, "Hey John, having a tough time with my build, and I'm happy for you guys to take a look. Very willing to defer my spot to newer folks, non-veterans if needed." So he's been doing green-white counters. He's been doing black-green. And he's been doing 4-color janky token creation / sack splash the bombs. He's doing a lot. So he's going from 2 different 2-color decks to probably a mix of both in a 4-color. He says his problems. Go ahead.
I have his current deck up on screen, and it looks like it does look like what he's doing is he's going for just maximal inclusion, right? It's a little bit desperate, right? It reeks of desperation. There are 4 colors here. It's kind of got a big belly, right? It kind of dips down in the 3 and 4 curve. It's got really skinny legs, a big belly, and then a small head on the top end here.
Yeah.
So
everything but white is what I would call this deck. I would call this everything but white. You know, that's
right. I think that's a good title.
Black green early, and then you've got the blue red cards up top. So he's splashing his bombs. He says the problems with the deck: lack of a decent 1 and 2 drops. I mean, look, here we are looking at it. Yeah, they're not doing much till turn 3.
Yep.
He loves the bombs, but not a lot of value cards or card draw looting. So he says he's top decking a lot, and he's losing unless he gets lucky. So he wants to know, should he just plug along with a medium but more consistent 2-color deck or embrace the 4-color, 5-color life? Thanks. And thank you, Ryan, for submitting your deck to Surgical Bay, even though you are my nemesis and even though I have a hatred inside for you that will never stop. I appreciate you and everything you do.
Less ambivalently, Ryan's not my nemesis, and I also thank him for being brave enough to be operated on in our open-air surgical theater. We try to keep the risk of infection from Phyrexian oil at a minimum. But there still might be some toxicity here because I'm going to criticize some of these choices. What the hell is Tetsuko Umezawa doing in here? What the hell is Big Score doing in here? What are those cards doing?
You know, Tetsuko, people love Tetsuko. They do.
Where are the 1 power creatures that are getting in unaided? I mean, I guess if you're desperate, you don't sacrifice your Scorn Blade Berserker, and they get in, right? But then what else gets in? What else gets in? Are you just like, is it just Tetsuko going the whole distance?
Oh, you got those 2 glittermongers. Those 2 glittermongers, those 1/4s, they're going to get in.
Ideally, glittermongers are not attacking, right? They're making treasures.
I mean, ideally, yes, but we're running Tetsuko, so I think we're swinging with them.
Okay, so I mean, we don't want to dunk on Ryan too much. Ryan admits he has trouble. That's why he's here, right? But I can see that already. There's like some consistency issues. There's not a clear vision for where this is going. There are bombs, absolutely. Gliss is a bomb. Right, Brutaclad's a bomb, and to a limited extent, Invasion of Fiora is a bomb.
Yeah, the sword will win you games against blue. If you're playing against a blue-black deck, that sword's just going to win the game, right? Like it's you play a different game against Dimir when you have that sword. So yeah, there's a lot of power here, and there's a couple of different ways you can go, and we both found a path, similar yet different paths this week, Chris.
So we go to yours first, John.
Yeah, let's take a look at mine. So I agree with Ryan. I am on the green-black plan, but I'm adding in a splash of white, just a peppering, to give us a little bit of spice.
Looks like it's more than a peppering, John. I mean, it looks like you dug in pretty deep here on the three side of things. You go quite deep on the white. You got a double pip even.
I mean, we are straight Abzan, really, here, if I'm being honest. And I think we can support it. Yeah, okay. We are straight Abzan. And I think I like being, more than two colors if you're a base color green, and that's what's going on here. So we've got good ramp in the Port and Tracker, Blighted Burgeoning, and Kami for fixing. We've got the Ominous Parcel, also more fixing. We've got some Cabaretti lands to fix for our white. The white gives us some more power in Elish Norn and Guardian of Giripur with a lot of really good flicker targets. But also gives us more removal, which is something I always want in a deck with Cut Short, Kill Shot, and Realmbreaker's Grasp. We still get to play, the bombs that are Glissa. We get to play the board wipe. And we get to kind of have this nice early green-black game where I've added in more 2-drops with these 1/1 Death Touchers. And we've got the Ozolith, another great green card, that we get to kind of combo with Kami a little bit for counters. We're kind of a big mana deck, but we can do things with that mana, right? We've got the Glistening Dawn to turn that into big Phyrexians. We've kind of got this Phyrexian sub-theme going with the scripted prefectures and the flip cards, right? So we're doing a lot. We're going 3 colors, but we've got a nice curve and a nice power level where we can kill anything and we can kind of stay in the game and hopefully hit a board wipe or a Glissa to finish things off.
Oh, I like this deck, John. And if I hadn't gone Selesnya, I would have gone Abzan or Golgari. So I think that you and I were similar but different this week. I don't have a lot of critical points on your build. Your build looks like it's consistent. It looks like it's going to execute on its plan, and I think it's going to work out really nicely for you this week.
It's if we can hit our 3 colors. Like that's every 3-color deck, right? If we can hit the 3 colors, we're gonna have a nice strong deck. But we have to be able to hit those 3 colors consistently. So we're gonna see if it's able to do that.
Yeah, even like there's no like compared to say Ryan's deck. Like I'm seeing cards here that are just kind of filler a little bit. Your deck is a meaner and leaner machine. I think it's more purposeful. So I think already this is a considerable upgrade and an interesting direction to go. I'm going to present my deck now, so you see what the relevant comparison is, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, let's go for it.
All right. So without over-egging the pudding too much, I went into Selesnya with a small black splash, which is different, right? So what I'm relying on is not a big splash to all the bombs. I'm going for not even card draw. I just want each play to be powerful on curve and to have synergy with everything else. So I'm going the counters route with Botanical Brawler and Ozolith and a lot of backup creatures. This Anafenza is perfect for this kind of strategy. Right? Everything comes in with counters. I can't ignore the power of the sword or the power of the Invasion of Fior. We both have that, and I think that even Ryan has both of those things in there. Mostly splashing for the potential board wipe and the power of Glissa, because we've both seen Glissa just destroy games on its own. And if we're in base green, which we both are, leaving Glissa out just seems egregious. For my, I don't have a lot of removal. That's the thing. What I'm hoping to do with this deck is just power through the opposition and make them have the removal. It's really just a bully deck. There are a couple pieces of removal. There's a Kill Shot. There's a Seal from Existence. There's Elish Norn if the going gets crazy. Crazy cut short. And yeah, that's basically it. It's nice and simple and straightforward. Any comments, John?
I like it. My one concern and what I want to ask you about, like, I can't take my eyes off of it. It's the 2
Uh-oh.
Atraxas Falls in the 2-drop spot. Explain your main decking of Atraxas Fall here. You had Fracture last week. This week we got Atraxas Fall.
I just think, like you pointed out last week, it's always going to have a target. There's going to be big, chunky artifact creatures hanging out in this format. We saw that again and again. And why is that? It's because we have cards like Phyrexian Awakening with Incubate 4, right? Incubate makes a 4/4 artifact creature. And if I can counter 4-mana artifact creature, right? So Phyrexian Awakening is 3+2 for a 4/4. If I can pay 2 mana and just clean that straight off the board, I get a huge tempo advantage. And I'm a bully deck, so I want to do that.
Yeah.
Plus, green and white, not so great on flyers. This takes out any potential flying issues. I wasn't necessarily planning that for the mirror match, but let's say you're playing against a blue deck with a lot of flyers, then this just protects you from those.
Yeah, and if you were in blue or black, you saw that sword. Oh, you're gonna wish you had some kind of Atraxas Fall or something to clean that up.
In the mirror match, definitely going to keep those in because I know you're running the sword. You
Oh
should
yeah.
maybe side in your Atraxas Fault, my friend. After the first game is over, you should side those in.
You know what? And see, that is a kind of a nombo in my deck, is that I don't have a lot of 2 mana or less instants and sorceries for this sword. It's not really there to activate that ability. But
Right.
but you've got those falls that, like, if you need to, you can flash back, and that's not something that I have. So yeah, we'll see if that's relevant.
Yeah, that's something I guess to keep in mind as well is that, if you have incidental low casting cost instants, then yeah, you might as well run them. I'm looking at the list here. I guess I mean, if I was really desperate, I'd put in aerial boosts, right? But I wasn't
Yeah.
really aiming. I wasn't really aiming hard for that synergy. If it happens to come up, that's great. But I think that this list doesn't give us a lot of rich options to choose from. I'm not going to make the deck considerably weaker just in the hopes of paying off the Sword of Once in the future. It's basically a power toughness boost with incidental upside.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Yeah, the Serval alone is enough for it, so I think it's good. It's fine.
That's
right.
all I think for the theory part. Should we get into the practice?
Yeah, we'll practice. I'm playing for real. I don't know about you, but I put my heart on the line each and every week in these games, Chris. I'm 0-2 and I'm due for a win. I'm thinking this might be the week with my extra color to kind of push me through.
Let's see.
All right, let's get to the game. Let's have some keep sevens. Shuffler in our favor.
Why not?
Good
Why
seven.
not? Last week, I think maybe the shuffler kind of let us down a little bit. Didn't
Yeah, you can only do so much about the shuffler. Like, look at this.
I've got a very tempting keep here.
I've got a
Missing
pretty easy mulligan.
pretty easy. Oh gosh, I am torn. If I draw into just one more thing, I don't know if I can risk it though for a biscuit. And since you're kind enough to tell me you're mulliganing, maybe I'll do it as well. Just we have a real game.
Hey, let's see.
Yeah, that's better. I think that was the choice.
Yeah, same. I can play this.
Yeah. All right. All right.
Okay, well, GLHF and all that.
Yes. Commence au festival.
All right, look at that. Planes. See, I'm curious if you can, because your black splash is light, but you also
Yes.
don't have a ton of ways to splash for black. So I'm interested to see if you can cast a double black pip card in your Selesnya deck.
I will have the answer for you very, very shortly, I promise.
Oh boy, I don't like the sounds of that.
But first,
Oh, the invasion. You like this? I didn't play this, but again, my white's light.
yeah, I'm a bit heavier on it.
Oh, I didn't even notice that this was a plaza I can sack to draw a card. Oof.
Yeah, I think this is the way, as they say. I have
Ooh,
spoken.
that's a good one.
spoken.
Oh, there's your Anafenza.
Mm-hmm.
Found it.
I mean to offend you with my Anafenza. Ooh, but automatically blanked by the Nezumi.
This card's just so good, right?
Yeah, yeah, it really is. I don't know, in fact, what I'm going to do about it exactly. Maybe nothing in the short term. But then again, I guess there's always a bigger fish, right? As they say in the Star Wars universe.
And, a counter.
Now, the question is, right? Do I risk it for the biscuit? What can you recur with your rat? Nothing really, right?
I could recur an Anafenza if I can get rid of it. Tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could offer you an Anafenza. Could I tempt you with an Anafenza?
You can tempt.
I'll tempt you with an Anafenza. I'll trade you my 2-mana card for your 4-mana card.
No, I'm okay.
You're not interested in that kind of bargain, I see.
No.
And the Realm Breaker's Grasp automatically proving to be a source of difficulty for me.
Well, the nice thing is that you got those 2 Atraxa's Falls, right? If you can find them.
If I can find them. If I can find them. What if?
Mm-hmm.
What if, John?
Yeah.
If I told you
Yeah.
I found it.
Oh, boy. That ain't fair. That ain't fair, Chris.
I'm going to do something here that I normally wouldn't do, which is play a card pre-combat.
Now for the counters.
I did it all for the counters.
That's pretty good.
And I'll offer you the trade for the second time. You know it's a trade. I've got no mana up. It's an honest-to-God trade this time.
I appreciate the trade. I don't think that I want it. But I am going to kill your Anafenza.
Oh. Ouch. Touche. Guess there's more than one way to skin an Anafenza. Yep. And what are you getting back is the question.
I mean, now I got a creature to get back. That was kind of...
Oh, yeah, I forgot that you can get my creatures. That doesn't seem fair. That hardly seems fair. Is it?
I mean, no. But that's the game we play, isn't it?
It is. Well, you're making this difficult for me now. But I think I have a solution. You might not like it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really loving this board state anyway, if we're being honest here.
Might not like it. Let me see. Let me see if you're interested in the following series of bargains.
Oh, that's not good.
Most of these guys are just going for the throat, but I'll let you prevent me from getting an angel if you'd like.
No, you can have your angel. That's fine. Fine and fair.
Is there a board wipe coming?
The top of my deck's nice to me. There is.
This feels like you're setting me up for the perfect fall here.
I wish I could say I was.
Because the mana is just right. The timing is perfect.
No, I think I drew too many lands this game. I can live. Maybe.
I mean, I guess if you have your own Atraxas Fall, you're kind of laughing here because you can do a nice surprise block.
Oh,
Right?
I wish I had my own Atraxas Fall. I see. I don't main deck Atraxas Fall or Fracture. Even though there are things for them, I usually wait till after game one. But I would bring them in, against you with the enchantments and flyers.
I don't see an option. I'm just all in here and hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think it's gonna work out for you.
You got a kill shot?
I mean, I've got the final flourish, but it's still lethal.
Yeah. Too much stuff.
Too much stuff. But now we get to the real game.
Right, the sideboarding game.
Right, now I can bring in my Atraxas Falls that I can get back with my sword. And how good does that seem right now?
What will I bring in?
I think you take out the Atraxas Falls.
Not a chance. I mean, they just proved that they were so valuable. Let me just take a look here. This probably is my favorite bit, right? Where we go up against each other and see what these decks can do. I actually faced Zeke after our podcast.
I saw
last week.
that. I caught you and Zeke playing, and you were playing the deck you built for him against the deck he's actually playing. How'd that go?
He killed me.
Yeah, his deck looked great. His deck
He
looked
murdered me. It was a cold-blooded murdering. So, I guess what I want to say to Ryan and anybody else who submits their deck, take our advice with a pinch of salt. You know these cards way better than we do. You've had a lot more experience playing with them. And I can say handily that probably Zeke's build embarrassed anything that we were doing, right?
We don't get it right even half the time, right? That's not why we're here. We're here for fun. We're here to build the deck that we think we like in a short amount of time, and play it against each other and see who did it right.
Although at the same time, like if we are a medical themed podcast, that seems like a decisively non-medical way of looking at it. Right? We're not here to help patients. We're here to have fun, y'all.
Yeah, I have not taken the Hippocratic Oath.
Let's just stick the knife in and see what happens.
You never know. I mean, that's my favorite. We're not doing surgery to get it right. We're doing it to have a good time.
Right. That's why we do surgery.
It's a hobby.
Yeah. Part-time surgeons.
Sure, doing some sideboarding over there, huh?
I feel like maybe I was so correct in my intuitions that I'm trying to really double down on those intuitions, if you know what I mean. So I'm having some artful exploration on my side to see if there's more I can do. But I tell you what, I'm going with 61 cards because I can't make those tough decisions.
This guy, he's one of those 61 cards.
Sometimes. We'll see if I'm punished for it. If I'm punished for it, I might go to a more disciplined build. But I think sometimes you're allowed to have a pet card that you don't want to cut, right?
Oh, for sure.
Mulligans this time?
No mulligans, although I will say sketchy keep on my end. A little bit of a sketchy keep.
On my side of things, okay. With that draw, maybe it's different, but I felt like it was almost ideal.
Yeah? Oh, boy.
Yeah. OGP in the house.
Ooh, I never opened a copy of that card all league. It's a bummer. I like this card a lot.
I'm going to give you something to shoot your Atraxas Fall at.
Well,
you gonna take it?
No, I'm okay. We're gonna bring you back. You remember SNC? Ooh, I love me some SNC. Girder Goons, what a card!
It's gonna be one of those games. Okay.
What a card!
Get it. That brings me back.
Oh, it's a good one.
Thing is with that though, I think it's fairly blanked by this one. I'm just hoping you have no interaction here.
What does this do? Yeah, I can.
Don't worry about it. It's totally fine and cool and good. You needn't worry about that, sir. And right away.
Yeah, and look at this. We drew the Atraxas Fall.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Redrew
Two
it.
rares, two removal spells. Too much regret on my side of the board. Okay, well now I can show you my real threat. I was
Ah,
just sandbagging. I was just sandbagging for this. My goodness gracious.
I think we just the old play and flip.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the old play and flip.
The old play and flip. And you know what? You can attack. Why not?
You know what? I'm tired of getting taken two. I've taken 8 damage from this overgrown pest.
Hey, he's a little guy. He does what he
Enough.
does.
Enough is enough. You know? We have our limits here. We have our limits. We've been good. We've been good humored with this guy so far. But
Oh, he's back. Better than ever.
and let's let it come back. All that for a 2/2, right?
Hey, it's something.
I think we're both running this card as well.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Belligerent Regisaur is a nice card. Very nice card.
We'll give it a swing.
Okay, well, for some reason I feel like losing 2 knights is better than losing a flying angel, so let's do it this way.
Just like we wanted. Just like we drew it up.
History will chastise me if I've made the wrong choice here. Yeah, let's okay, this guy's probably should have come up before all those knights hit the board, but you know, let's pretend that I did the right thing and played him first. Oh! The smackdown.
Just gonna get rid of some of those guys. You got too many guys.
By some of them, you mean every single one of them? Is that what you...
Yes.
I mean, you can just say what you mean. It's fine.
The power of the 3-color deck, right? This is it.
You've blanked a lot of my cards. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a bit frustrating.
Remember
Drag
this?
Mangler. I sacrifice a creature. I discard a card.
You do. Very true.
Oh. I might regret this. But
Ooh,
so far you haven't given me any reason to keep my Atraxis Fall.
that's fair. But now that it's gone, oh, that's always when you need it most.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Ah, my thing.
It's not really the ideal solution to a Drag Mangler, but
Oh, no. Yeah.
it'll have to do.
You don't want to get mangled, you know.
Better to mangle than to be mangled. I think that's how the saying goes. Here's a card that we haven't seen before in this matchup.
Ooh, that's a great card.
It's actually a card I've never played before, so let's see how she runs. Let's see how she runs, lads. Merciless Repurposing. Okay, all right. You're converting my resources into your resources.
Give me my resources.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Isn't that fun? I drew it too. Only I got more lands.
Yes, you do. I don't see how that's relevant, frankly, but sure. Wow, that's a turnaround, folks. I guess I used my mana wisely, and
Yeah, give yourself a little guy.
oof. You've got the mana to pump out 2/8 any old time you like.
Just a couple of 8/8s, you know.
That seems fair. That seems fine. All right, all right. I'm on my back foot regarding life. I have 2 battles to defend, and so I feel like maybe the thing to do here is just pass the damn turn. I'm not always the beatdown, despite my, desires to the contrary. Sometimes you're not the beatdown, and you have to just stock that up. Yep. Okay. So this is a glistening, glistening dawn. Mirror match.
Just like we drew it up.
So this is a can attack or block. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's pacifism.
Pacifism. That's fine. I wish I'd spent my mana differently now a little bit, but that's fine.
So I think you have to think like, do I care about like the battles, or I just go for the kill? I assume you've got at least like cut short, maybe even the destroy an attacking creature thing here, which all would be very bad for me.
Tee.
But I think I have to just like, you know what, maybe this one can go after a battle. So those are both lethal.
Yeah, you got 2 lethal cards coming in. 8's the magic number here, really, isn't it?
8/8's, it's, you know, you got to deal with both of them.
I do.
And it's hard to deal with both of them and flip the thing.
I mean, I've left myself a little bit of leeway here in that. I mean, I can block 1. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. And the shame about all this is that I would have been able to deal with both, I think, if you hadn't tied 1 down. But maybe you got some. Maybe you got some sort of protection spell here that's going to make me look like a real fool.
I don't have a protection spell, but I've got one of my own.
Okay, John. Okay.
So the mirror matches keep on coming.
Yeah, wow. That was a mirror match where I played all my spells first and was punished for it, and you played all your spells after. And I lost that because I unwisely dumped my Atraxis Fall. Right?
Yeah, that's
what
true.
did we learn in that,
all
folks?
my artifacts.
We learned to never, ever loot Atraxis Fall into the graveyard, is what we learned there.
Never,
And
ever,
armed with
ever.
that knowledge, I'm gonna play a lot differently this time. And I'm going down to 60 cards. I learned my lesson.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Now it's time to show you the true power of this this battle station.
Are you serious right now?
Get back down. Get back down to 60 cards. Like it never even happened.
You know, we've gone to 3 games in every one of these so far, so that's exciting.
We have. I mean, there's been no blowouts, right? You've had given a good account of your deck. I've just given a better account of mine previously. This could be your day, though, right?
Oh boy, I'm hoping that top of my deck is lucky and I get to keep a good 7. I'll tell you what, this is a 0 lander. We're not keeping keeping this.
I have to keep this, sadly.
All right. See, this is
Simply because.
this is something. We gotta get rid of 1 card. It's a little sad. I kind of like these cards. Yeah.
I'm only keeping this because it contains a card that I've seen completely dominate matches.
Oh, is it the Ozolith? That's my guess.
Who knows?
Yeah, Ozolith on turn 2 is pretty rough.
Sadly, though, here's the thing.
Oh, you don't have
I
any
am.
creatures?
I'm so desperate for mana right now my brilliant idea of keeping this.
Ooh, wow. You know
Yep,
what? I
yep,
have had the thought that I don't think you ever cycle Ocelith, and here we are.
yeah. I think I had to.
Here we are.
I was desperate for that extra land, and it was going to be a non-game, so I could have had the Ozolith that would have been sitting out there
Well,
stupidly doing nothing.
no one made you keep the hand, Chris. You know.
Well, it's like if I drew the land, right, the Ozolith would have paid off. I didn't draw the land organically, so I had to resort to this kind of trickery. But the good thing is that Ozolith is such a great card. It has that potential built into it, right? You can do that
That's
with an
true.
Ozolith. It's
Not,
not
on,
embarrassing.
not only does it great on turn 2, but it helps you out when you're having problems. Yeah, I don't think you're blocking.
I don't think I'm blocking either, frankly. That's the truth. You wouldn't, would you? You have all the same white kill spells that I do, don't you?
Oh, of course,
Tri-
and
that
more.
trigger on attacking.
Yeah, because you didn't run Realmbreaker's Grasp. So I've got.
How brave am I? How brave am I? That's the question. Mm-mm. I gotta say, this is a little bit tempting. I
Ooh,
mean,
that's
I'm
very
gonna,
good.
yeah. Oh, it hits.
Oh yeah.
It hits, folks. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that guy to get cut down in his prime. Just happy to have pulled that off. Tommy of Whispered Hopes, now a chonky boy.
Chalky
You're gonna
chalk.
do a board wipe here, aren't you? Are you board wiping?
Oh no, I'm not.
Are you board wiping? I just look.
No, no.
No,
I'm just getting down. I'm just doing a little mangling.
doing a little mangling. Just a little mangling, he says.
Just a little mangling.
Slight mangling. Okay, well, Kami of the Whispered Hopes is kind of. I kind of want to draw more cards, right?
Sure.
Um, I definitely want to threaten getting more cards if you don't do anything. So I think, sadly, it's going to hit the bin, and that's going to go too. And then it's up to you to give me more cards. Or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'll block it. I'll block it.
That works. All right, well, next thread, I guess.
Next man up, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, I could have put the extra counter on the dog and gotten a chance to hit on a card, but I don't know. I feel like maybe just keeping a counter on a creature that's going to live maybe is also good. What do you think, John? Is that a misplay?
I mean, I would have blocked it either way, but yeah, you get the extra chance to have a card. This thing's fine as a 3/3 against my border 1/1s. I probably would have gone for it.
Yeah, you would have dropped the counter on it?
I think so. Yeah. Because like, it's land or creature, so you have a pretty good chance of hitting.
Yeah, I guess now, what are you going to get?
Not much.
Right.
Nah, not much in there. It's real sad.
I feel sad for you.
Like,
Should I attack? I think I should. I think I got a good attack here, and I'm gonna push some damage.
all right, he's going for it.
I'm just gonna narrate out loud my choices.
I will
I'm
not
gonna bring you
block.
down to 14, like me.
Even it up. Love, as they say in tennis, right? 14 all. Love.
This doesn't feel like love, though. This feels like another thing.
Good draw.
This is pushing damage. Now we're getting down to the brass tacks, right? We're seeing what it's all about.
No, come on. You gotta let me have it. Oh my god, he lets me have
You said I had to, right? You said I had to. So look at you. Yeah, not much in there. Not
it.
much in the graveyard.
I mean, there were no creatures that I could grab. It was lands or the Ozolith, and like...
What am I going to get? Oh, there's not much.
It wasn't... I don't know what... I didn't have a lot of options here, Chris. I mean, if you wouldn't have cycled it, it wouldn't be in there.
Groan.
And fun fact, I've never played with it before. This is my first time playing with Ozolith. I love it.
Ooh. Okay. I think I've just...
Did you break the game?
I'm gonna put a little clamp on it. I'm gonna put a little clamp on your joy.
Oh no! That's okay. At least I got a little value out of it.
You got a little fun. You had like a minute of fun.
Man.
And that, frankly, that was enough for me.
The king of tutus over here.
In the land of tutus, the 4/5 is king, right?
It's very true. Very true. Well, the 4/5 has menace. You're at 14. But, like, you're kind of threatening a bunch of damage back. Like, do I push damage, or... Your board is scary, but it does have a menace. Do I think you're going to throw, like, a bunch of stuff in front? I don't know what to do here. Chris. All these tutus with vigilance, and they're not going away.
Getting spooked. You're getting spooked.
I just don't love it. I don't love what's happening.
Well, you know what's going to happen here. I'm going to just... Every tutu in the world is getting right in front of your motorbike. Yep. They can't wait. They can't wait to sacrifice their lives for the glorious cause of making me win our series. Is that a glorious cause?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
all right, we'll pass the turn.
I still don't have any clean attacks, really. Well, maybe I do. I guess I got one clean attack, right? So you must have a trick if you're baiting me into this.
No, how could I? What kind of trick could I have?
You do. You did.
Hey, I mean,
okay.
Don't hate the player, right? Hate the game.
Right, exactly. Not even waiting, just in there.
Just flip it up.
Just flipping it up. It ain't no thing.
That's a good draw.
Oh,
that's a good draw.
Botanical Plaza? No, sorry, not Botanical. What's that one called?
Glistening Dawn. That card's real
Glistening
good.
Dawn is in the house. Glistening Dawn, by the way, sounds very much like a folk rock band from Peasants or something, right? It's like you filthy animal.
It's fine, Chris. It's fine. You got that cut short in there. I know you've been dying to cast this thing.
How do you know?
Because I'm that good at the game. Because I see the pauses. I see you clicking on your creatures. But do you want to use it on a 4/4 and not an 8/8? I mean... I don't know.
It's the principle of the thing, John. It's the principle of the thing. You know what? Yeah, I get to save a 2/2.
Okay.
I get to save a 2/2.
You get to. You are lucky enough.
Might come in handy later.
One card in hand, no black mana. So I don't have to be too scared about the board wipe.
You were saying?
Uh-oh. One black mana. Still not too scared of the board wipe.
Actually, doesn't it represent 2 black mana?
No, I think it's one of any other color. So
Right, okay. Fair. Yeah, I don't feel like attacking anymore for some reason.
You sure?
Just feeling a little tired. A little tired of a little too tired to attack.
Yeah, it's you've had a long day. You got up early.
Yeah, Grandpa doesn't feel like attacking
Yeah,
today.
Grandpa just needs to relax a bit.
Yeah, okay, these guys are familiar. We attack with 2 8/8s. That's no joke.
Yep.
Or if it is a joke, it's not the funny kind.
I think we're sending in the 3/3/2.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens now? We make friends. We block things.
Ooh, I like this. Shows that he's got a trick in hand by double blocking.
Yeah. Just I have no.
Is this the cut short? Is this the cut short we called?
I mean, this could be. I guess I better. I could. I could maybe wait for one more stop, or we're at the last stop. Are we?
I don't know. You can wait a couple. Wait a couple stops.
Let's show you the cut short.
Yeah.
Teacher, leave those kids alone.
It's a sound I like to hear. I like to hear. What does he do? He's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah, I think I need to look at my options. Oh yeah, that's an option. That is exactly one option.
I will also look at my options. That's a fun one.
Don't want to hear that.
This is also pretty good.
No one wants to hear you run your filthy mouth, John.
Hey.
Okay, that is a fun option. Fine, it's a fun option.
That's fun, right? Look, he's back.
Yeah,
Back
I'm
again.
forced. Obviously, I'm forced into a corner here. It looks like you're going to be able to walk away with the win this week, unless I Did
let's see.
Doesn't look like it.
Did we crack it? Is Abzan the way? But full on Abzan?
Turns out that more colors is better, is what we have. I mean, Elish Norn showing up a little bit too late here to make the difference.
What is this? I lose 2 life unless I pay 1. I can pay 1.
I don't think it's going to matter, but John, congratulations for
Hey.
finally making it.
Hey, gonna happen to a nicer guy. I'd like to thank the AGL Academy, the league committee, Ryan D, the slickness, my nemesis, for filling me full of hatred and passion. I couldn't have done it without any and all of you.
Just so you know, I was sitting on this invasion of Fiora.
Ooh.
One swamp would mean that I'm back in it. At the very least, back to a board stall. What were you still holding in your hand?
I had also an invasion of Fiora in my hand, but no need to cast it. So I was waiting for an opportunity and didn't happen. But hey, you know what? I think key moment in that game was the black cards, right? Like the Nezumi getting back that Ozolith, fairly backbreaking, and then you had to use a removal spell and a card that I got for free. That's good value. And then I also brought in all of my artifact and enchantment removal, the Broken Wings, the Atraxos Fall. So I knew eventually I'd find a way to get out from under it. And those Portent Trackers, man, they did some work there, ramping my mana out, getting that Dust Mangler down early. Yeah, those are fun games, Chris.
They were fun games. Thanks, John. And I hope that you all learned and laughed with us this week on the Surgical Bay. We'll see you next week. John will put up the call for decks next week, same time. And we'll see you in episode 4.
Yeah, bye, everybody.